moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, no one has signed up with any concerns. Next item is recognition of our poster contest winners. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you. Tonight, we're happy to invite Holly McCutcheon to the podium to tell us a little bit about the Soil and Water Conservation Department's poster contest. She can tell us what that was all about, and we have some students to recognize tonight.
Thank you for having us. The National Association of Conservation Districts has done a poster contest, I would say 60-some years. Anybody remember doing the poster contest when you were a kid? Yes. Okay, so each year the association at the national level chooses the theme. This theme was where the habitat is, home is where the habitat is. And that's basically all of the instructions, and then it's up to the children then to do, and the students then to be creative and come up with things. So the contest in Indiana is broken K through 1, 2 through 3, 4 through 6th grade, 7 through 9th, and 10 through 12th. And locally, we pick a first, second, and third winner. We had 41 this year. It was kind of low. We only had 41 poster contests this year. But the 3 that we sent to the state, our first place winners, we sent to the state, all 3 won state.
Oh.
So we are very proud. For Ward County, they were able to compete against all the other counties with all the other districts in the state of Indiana, and they were all chosen. So I wanted to recognize this hard work that these students accomplished. And from here, they'll now go and compete against the other states. So they will be representing Indiana at the National Association of Conservation Districts when they have their annual meeting in February at San Antonio, Texas. So we can cross our fingers and hope Indiana then wins at that level also. So if I could have Lily Stockdale, come up, Lily. They brought their posters. Lily is a student at Boonville High School. And this is the contest that she won as a 7th through 9th grade competition. Lily won, and she'll be a sophomore this year over at the high school. And Kaylee Holder, your FFA teacher, she was the one who encouraged her and told her about the contest. So, any questions for Miss Lily?
What's climbing up on the tree?
They're trumpet flowers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And a hummingbird, I see it. Yes.
So you had to have the theme somewhere in it, so Lily placed hers within the creek. That is where hers went in.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
Good job. Very nice.
Yeah, that's very nice.
And then if I can have Kelsey Thomas to come up, please. Kelsey is she is now a senior at Tecumseh High School, and Mrs. Kutzler, I'm afraid I was going to say it wrong, is a teacher who encouraged her to do her contest. Kelsey's was beautiful, as you guys could see. Kelsey, if you want to talk about your poster, or if you have any. Put you on the spot.
Okay, what do
Shows
you have?
different
there?
ecosystems.
Just tell us that, yeah.
Okay.
Got a sloth? Is that a sloth and a cheetah?
And each of these posters
Octopus.
are being recognized at the state fair. So have you guys gone to the state fair yet? They are,
Yep.
you guys want to tell them, they each got to go up, and they got 2 free tickets to go. And where were they at? The Pathways exhibit, is that correct?
The pathway to water quality exhibit.
Yes.
So you got to kind of hunt and find them, but they
That's
are
on
being
the
recognized.
northeast side as you come in. So
Okay.
it's very-
Close to the big
you
wide
should
horse
go
bars.
see that, it's really
Yeah.
good, yeah, by the horse barn.
So could you guys stand up and get pictures? I wanted to get
Yeah,
pictures
sure.
myself. And I think parents. That's
great.
Yeah, girls, if you- Ladies, if you just want to come right up front here in front of the board, we can have the board maybe come around, take a picture.
I'd like to look closely at those pictures.
What are we doing?
Jane, let's hear behind you, there's the picture.
Do you want us to go around? No, we'll just stay here.
Okay.
Be in there back. Okay, scoot a little bit. Yep. Do we want to put you? Sure. Doesn't matter.
You got yours?
Okay, ladies, if you
Okay.
could just come and shake hands with everybody.
We want to congratulate.
Yes.
Congratulations.
It's so beautiful. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Can I see yours a little closer?
And Jeremiah Carter was our other third grader.
Love the sky.
What'd you use? I'm just checking it out.
I used alcohol marker and.
You did all that free hand.
Great.
Thank
Good
It's
job.
very
Congratulations.
exciting. Very good job.
Congratulations.
Very nice job.
I mean, that wasn't paid by numbers.
No, no.
And we just found out that Lily actually won
Very
one
good.
in Davis
What
County.
medium did you use?
Okay.
It's
It's meant to be.
Repeat.
It is so, I mean.
We'll see in a couple of years.
It's so motivated. You did such a good job, both girls.
Congratulations. Very nice work.
Thank you guys for letting us invade.
Thanks for being there.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Next.
It goes downhill from here.
Take care.
Okay. Next, we have presentation of the staff performance evaluation by Dr. Gresham.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. This is the annual presentation I do for the board on our certified staff evaluation plan. And you also have this presentation in your board packet as well. Obviously, we do annual performance evaluations for all of our certified employees. So there's many, many different categories. We have 600, almost 700 certified employees, and they all receive annual evaluations. Interestingly, prior to 2012, once you were considered a permanent teacher, you only got evaluated every 3 years. In 2012, the law changed, and it's every year now. I think this might be the most interesting slide in the presentation. It shows all the different types of evaluations that we have for our certified staff, and why I think it's the most interesting is you'll notice the ones that have the double stars. Those are the ones that we've changed or edited or improved just in the last 5 years. So we've done a lot, and then the one that's in red, the curriculum specialist, that's a brand new rubric that was just added this year.
Bless you.
Just added this year in cooperation with, we work with WCTA, we work with the curriculum specialists that we have, and with their supervisor to come up with a rubric that would be appropriate for our curriculum specialists. On this slide, I'd like to highlight the second bullet point. It talks about the summative ratings either being highly effective, effective, improvement necessary, or ineffective. House Enrolled Act 1002, that was passed just this past year, has eliminated that requirement. In fact, if you look at House Enrolled Act 1002, it was 139 pages, but sections 130 through 139 deal with teacher evaluations. And most of that was strike-throughs. They've eliminated a lot of requirements. And as a result, Dr. Redmond has asked WCTA for committee members. We're going to take a look now that they have changed a lot of requirements, removed a lot of requirements. We're going to take a look at the teacher evaluation rubric and see if there's something better, something that we want to tweak. Do we want to scrap it and come up with something new? So that's something that Dr. Redmond, myself, and some teachers and principals will be working on this year.
Just a point of clarity, Dr. Gresham, we will use the current evaluation rubric for this school year. So we will still have those categories and use the existing rubric, but the committee's work over the course of this year might affect what we do moving forward.
Thank you. Yes, I meant to say that. Everything's staying the same for this year. Have a meeting with WCTA every year to go over the evaluation rubric, see if there's anything that needs to be changed. That meeting was held on June 20th this year with Ms. Short and Ms. Hobbs. And then, of course, the presentation being presented in a public meeting is happening here tonight. Again, the second rubric talks about teachers being rated as ineffective or improvement necessary. We only had one teacher in that category last year, and that teacher decided to move on and do other things this year. So coming back this year, we have no teachers in either of those categories. Just like the last few years, obviously, we don't have any teachers that are in this category. And interestingly enough, this is another requirement that was removed in the law. And many times in these laws, when they take something out, they just replace it with something else. But that doesn't seem to be the case in this one. We're still digesting. I'm still getting information from the IDOE about these changes. But this is something that has gone away as a result of HEA 10002.
Do we have policies that match those laws on evaluation of our certified instructors that need to be updated based on those, or may not be up? Maybe we want to continue this as our policy, but.
We have a practice. I don't know that anything, if our evaluation plan is in policy.
Evaluation policy.
The evaluation plan is not in the policy, but we have a overall policy for evaluations.
And we can review that as a policy committee and see if there needs to be anything updated or included after your work is finished.
Our observations are the biggest part of a teacher's evaluation score. 70% of their evaluation score is based on their observations. And you see the observations we have different numbers and different lengths of observation based on their previous year's rating. Short observations are generally considered 10 to 20 minutes, and long observations anywhere from 30 to 50 minutes. New teachers, and it doesn't matter whether you come to Warwick County with 0 years experience straight out of college or 25 years experience, we want all of our new teachers to be seen 4 times in their first year. We consider that a good practice. And that is the highlights of our certified evaluation plan. Are there any questions about our evaluation plan?
I have a question, it's probably gonna tie in with Dr. Lambert. If you could, since they're getting rid of the ratings, teacher rating, how does that affect the tag money? Do we still have that? I don't remember what they did to the law to change that.
So you're correct. They did something to the law that changed that, and what they changed is completely different than what we've done in the past with tag money. In the past, there was tag money that went to every teacher that was effective and highly effective, and there had to be a certain difference between the
Right.
two. That was completely removed and changed in the law, and we're still discussing among ourselves and with WCTA about how we're going to handle that this year.
Okay.
So is it our discretion to either use the RISE model? Is that completely out the window? Could we just choose anything and make up our own? Is that what you were saying?
It has to be approved by the state, but basically, yes.
Okay.
So we could do something similar to what we've done before. The committee may decide we keep it as is. The committee may decide we want to look at something more like based on like a growth model type rubric. It can really be a lot of different things as long as the state approves
What
it for
about the
us.
requirement every year?
That's still a
That was
requirement
still
every year.
required.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Are these rubrics posted somewhere? Are
Yes.
they available, I guess, to the public to see kind of what the teachers are being evaluated on?
Absolutely. They are available on our website.
Okay.
All of them, all the ones that were listed on that page are all available on our website.
Great.
Thank you, Dr. Gresham.
Next agenda item is consideration of routine business. Dr. Redmond.
There we go.
The routine business includes approving the minutes of the school board meeting held on July 28, 2025, and approving the claims and signing the docket. I recommend the board approve the routine items as presented.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mrs. Wilhelmus, seconded by Mr. Baker. We have any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 7, consideration of items for board action. Dr. Redmond. I guess we're calling it 8.
Thank you. 8.1, approve annual vendor agreements. In your board packet, you will find a request for Warwick County School Corporation to enter into an annual vendor agreement with 2 companies, Jumping Jacks Entertainment and All Blown Up Event Rentals. These agreements will remain in effect until June 30th of 2026. I recommend the board approve this request as presented.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Mr. Eigner, seconded by Mr. France. Do we have any discussion? I just wanted to verify that these are the contracts that you prepared, and they're just reusing them on an annual basis.
Yes, so we don't have 3 contracts per board meeting
Yes,
for the rest of the school year.
yes, yes.
Excellent. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Item 8.2, the first reading of updated policy 4040, student attendance.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Dr. Walter Lambert has brought to the board updated policy 4040, student attendance. The minor changes are highlighted in yellow. Tonight is the first reading, with the second and final reading on Monday, August 25th, 2025, at which time the board may choose to take action. Attendance means to be physically present during regular school hours in a school or at another location where the school's education program is being administered on a day the educational program in which the student is enrolled is being offered. And rather than rereading the entire policy, I'm just going to point out one change. It includes, is in the section exceptions to mandatory attendance requirement. So it is added that participating in scheduled competitions or exhibitions through the National FFA organization or 4-H for educational purposes only, for clarity there, now falls into the exception category, meaning that it counts as an excused absence. We would have counted those as excused absences anyway, but now it just points that out. And then the only other layer that is different, we had a change last year in 2024 that required for, I believe it was it K through 6 last year, Dr. Lambert? Now it requires K through 12th grade students who miss 5 unexcused absences within a 10-week period at the school level. A school representative, a teacher, a parent, and a parent representative will be required to have a meeting, phone conversation, and have an attendance plan in place at that point. So those are the changes to our existing policy 4040. Proposed changes, I should
Is the
state.
second one been evaluated? The second change?
Both at 12th grade.
Yes, yes, Jeff.
And our previous practice of, because you can go on a vacation for a week and get 5 days, right? And that's gonna get you to your, but our previous practice of as long as you've called in, those don't count necessarily towards the unexcused require now a conference. You've gone on a family vacation for a week, right?
Correct.
A lot of concern about that sort of thing, and that's not changing.
Yeah, we just need communication from the families. We will continue to work with our families. We understand there are times when students need to miss, and there are times when students are ill and they need to miss. But we also want our families to know that we need our kids at school as well. And that's, I think, the reason that we're having some of these changes being mandated to us is there's just been, for a group of people across the country, that school has become kind of, like at will, I guess, for some families. And we definitely need kids at school. But for all of the normal communications that we have with families, calling in, all of that, none of, this doesn't change any of that.
There are some areas that need this type of law
Yes.
enforcement in place. We're fortunate to have families that we don't necessarily need this, but
Right.
the whole state has to be the same.
Yes.
So just a
Yes.
question. Does-
And I would like to, just point of clarity, the vast majority of our families, we don't need this, but we do have, we're facing some attendance issue problems that we haven't faced before, so.
So we're having a big change in vouchers. So do parochial schools have these same requirements?
I don't know the answer
I don't
to
know the answer to
that.
that off the top of my head.
Mr. Baker, I don't know.
I'd like to know that.
At any rate, so that's our first reading for that. I believe Dr. Lambert, he may be reporting on this at the end as well, for his report
I would
section.
like to make one comment, and you mentioned this throughout the first reading, that it changes from K to 6 to K-12, And the only other change was it added 4-H and going to the
FFA.
state, FFA, state fair type
Yes.
things.
Yes.
So that's really all that changed in our original policy. And she's correct, you know, nothing else, we still have the same practices. So
Yeah.
we just changed those 2 points to adhere to state law.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there's been a lot of misinformation on Facebook.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
we just
Yes,
wanted to make
agreed.
sure we are
Yes.
clear, and for those watching the
That's
meeting,
why I
that
wanted
this
to
is
make
not
that
changing
point.
that
Right.
much.
No.
Yeah.
Those 2
Thank you.
points were the only 2 that were changed, and it's because of state law.
Thank you.
Okay, agenda item 8.3, the first reading of proposed policy 4300, inspection of, continue on.
Yes, it's a mouthful. Dr. Walter Lambert has brought to the board newly proposed policy 4300, inspection of student lockers, desks, and student vehicles parked on school property. Tonight is the first reading, with the second and final reading on Monday, August 25th, at which time the board may choose to take action. I'll just read in summary the first section of the proposed policy. It shall be the policy of the school board that any locker, desk, any other storage area assigned to a student for school purposes or vehicle parked on school property shall not be used to store any item which falls into any of the following categories: any item forbidden by state law, school board policy, and/or administrative regulation, including any item that is forbidden by state law when possessed by the student, for example, alcohol. Any item deemed to be a health hazard to others, and any item which will cause or can reasonably be foreseen to cause an interference with school purposes or an education function. And really, it just outlines a lot of what we already practice. We don't want those kind of illegal things on our campuses. We address those things, but we wanted that to be formalized in policy.
Thank you. Agenda item 8.5, approve the supervised master's educational agreement with U of E. Oh, darn it. Approve the interlocal agreement for installation of operation and maintenance of outdoor warning sirens. I hit myself.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. In your board packet is an agreement between the Warwick County Emergency Management Agency and the Warwick County School Corporation. The purpose of this agreement is to set forth the terms and conditions of this agreement, under which EMA will install, operate, maintain, and repair 2 outdoor warning sirens and associated equipment on property owned by WCSC at specific locations outlined in this agreement. And just for the good of the group and people in the audience, that will be at WPCC and at Tecumseh High School. The board's attorney, Mr. Cliff Whitehead, has reviewed the agreement. I recommend the board approve the agreement as presented.
So moved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mr. Baker. We have any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Now, agenda item 8.5, approve the supervised master's educational agreement with U of E.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. In your board packet is an agreement between the University of Evansville and the Warwick County School Corporation. This document establishes the agreement between the parties to provide educational experiences for education leadership students with the objective of producing competent graduates upon degree completion, on which WCSC serves as an educational facility for these U of E students. And just a point of clarity here, this is for students in their master's program. I believe we have 2 current employees who are earning their master's through UE, and that is the purpose of this agreement. I recommend the board approve this agreement as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Wilhelmus, seconded by Mr. Skinner. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 8.6, approve partnership with Grow Southwest Indiana Workforce Board Incorporated. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. In your board packet is a request to enter into a partnership commitment between Grow Southwest Indiana Workforce Board and the Warwick County School Corporation. This agreement will allow the Jobs for America's graduates, otherwise known as JAG, program to implement their services within Boonville High School for the 2025-2026 school year. The board's attorney, Mr. Cliff Whitehead, has reviewed the agreement. I recommend the board approve this partnership as presented.
So move.
A motion by Mr. Baker, seconded by Mr. France. Do we have any discussion?
I am sometimes critical of the state, but this is a state program which is really good for Boonville High School, and I salute them for seeing the value of it.
Yeah, it's very, and we're very happy we know that we get it again this year. So
That's great.
excited for that.
Is there a chance that it will continue the year after?
We don't know that yet. That's not looking quite as optimistic, but we don't know for sure yet.
Okay.
But we're excited to get at least one
At
more
least
year.
another year,
Yes.
yes. Okay, we have any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 8.7, approve facility lease agreement with Ford Center.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Castle High School Principal, Mr. Jim Hood, is requesting the board to approve a facility lease agreement with the Ford Center for the Castle High School commencement that will be held on May 16th, 2026. The board's attorney, Mr. Cliff Whitehead, has reviewed this agreement. I recommend the board approve the agreement as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mr. Eigner. Do we have any discussion?
Yes, do we have a time for that, and are all the graduations set? So will we be doing Boonville again on the same day? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how all this is gonna work.
Yes, so Friday night, we have Tecumseh High School like normal, and then Boonville's is
May
Saturday
16th?
morning, and
Okay.
then Castle's will be at 2 o'clock on Saturday, May 16th.
At 2 p.m.?
Yes.
Are the strikeouts in here already approved strikeouts?
Yes, this is the same agreement as last year.
Thank you.
And if I remember, Mr. Whitehead, I believe the Ford Center asked us to leave the strikeouts in there. That was not our doing.
I like to make it look prettier than
Yes.
that. But I also don't like to rock the boat when not
Yes.
needed, so.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 8.8, approved donations. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. At Boonville High School, S&S Machine Shop is donating all supplies, materials, and installation of new handrails on the home side of the football stadium. This service is valued at $11,200. At Tecumseh High School for football, a $5,348 donation from the LA Gridiron Club for new coaches' headsets, and a $500 donation from Black Arts Paving for electronic equipment and updating equipment. And also at Tecumseh High School volleyball, $500 donations from each of the following: IBEW Local 16, Scales Excavating LLC, Dotson Construction Inc., and Oath Farm Services Inc. Funds will be used to help purchase player apparel, banquets, and team building activities along with volleyball equipment. I recommend the board approve the donations. It's very generous as always, as presented.
Motion to approve donations.
Second.
Motion by Mr. France, seconded by Mr. Skinner. Do we have any discussion?
I do have a question. For the Boonville High School, handrails on the home side of the football stadium, is this something that we usually do in-house, or is this something we've asked patrons to do?
We've done it both ways, I suspect.
Because I think it would be for safety's
Mhm.
sake. And I'm wondering, if that's something we could not do, like with capital projects or something. I mean, this is a very generous donation.
So we meet every year with building principals and work through capital projects, requests, and plans. And so we always have some things that we know are upcoming for bigger projects. And then sometimes at the building level, there will be priorities that arise. And then sometimes we have businesses or groups or companies or partners who just reach out to us and say, we would like to do something for you. What might that be? And then that allows us to just spend that funding on an additional or different project. But to
I
answer
understand this.
your,
I'm just thinking, when we're talking safety, I know we installed in the stadium at Boonville High School, the steps are steep and the concrete bleachers on the home side of the football field, I guess I'm thinking maybe that should be something we should have taken care of too. And I was just curious, I just wanted to
Okay.
look into that, but
Thank you.
moving forward, I'd like to see us, anytime there's safety involved, I think that's something that we as a school board and as a school corporation need to look at, making sure that it's a safe facility for everyone. So, but I appreciate this generous donation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Very good.
Is the plans for what they're doing, how they're doing it, been reviewed and approved already?
Yeah, did you see the photo?
I see a photo.
Yeah.
Is this what it is now, or is this?
That's a photo of what it will look like. So they installed that so you could see what the photo will,
Okay, so
and
these
it'll run
railings then will
along
go
like-
up the rest of the way?
it's gonna go, my understanding is it's gonna go halfway up, but then across multiple sets of stairs across the home
But
side.
not all the way across.
It will
Right.
not go on, we're in the student section.
In the student section, and Mr. Eigner helped me with this, because the cheerleaders always sit like right in front of the press box, or do their thing in front of the press box. And I think that's where these are going to be going up. For like elderly type people.
Yeah,
I just
when
wanna
I
make-
spoke with Mrs. Kemp, she explained to me that when facing the home side, the student section, which my understanding is toward the left side, would not have this set of railing, but then moving to the right, the different sets of stairs would have them halfway up.
Okay. And that's right in front of the press box.
That's one set of stairs, yes.
One set of it.
And then there's one to the right.
And that's where students stand and cheer with the cheerleaders, correct?
That would be to the
It-
west.
Yeah,
The students are on the west end.
to the west of the press box. Correct,
The cheerleaders are in front of the press box. Okay.
yeah.
Because I've seen both ways, and I usually go
Well,
to
they
the
do, I
football
will say that
games.
sometimes they change
The
it.
students stay down in that section too and cheer
Yeah.
with the cheerleaders, is
Yeah.
what I was saying. But I guess from a safety standpoint, I'm not sure, maybe at some point we'll need to put them all the way across, I don't know. But I wanted to make sure that we were diligent in looking at that, and making sure they're placed where they need to be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So there've never been railings before. This isn't replacing old railings,
Correct.
this is adding.
That's correct, Mr. Skinner, yes.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 9, consideration of personnel, Dr. Gresham.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. The Human Resource Office has the following business to bring before the board tonight. Agenda item 9.1, consideration of employment for certified staff. Isabel Cobb, fourth grade teacher at Yankeetown Elementary School. Caleb Hart, welding teacher at WPCC. Janet Harbert, a temporary second grade teacher at Chandler Elementary School. And the following non-certified staff: Caitlin Eden, program assistant at WEC. Kayla Byers, program assistant at Boonville Middle. Addison Patton, program assistant at Yankeetown Elementary. Amelia Wilson, multi-responsibility position. Mallory Morgan, program assistant at Oakdale Elementary. Brenda Buck, multi-responsibility position. Allison Lant, Alicia Gibson, and Sean Alley Camp, bus drivers. Kelsey Jennings, program assistant at John H. Castle Elementary School. Kaylee Curtis, 6.5-hour cafeteria position at Castle North. Pamela Dempsey, 3.0-hour cafeteria position at Chandler Elementary. Jessica Jennings, 3.5-hour cafeteria position, and Erica Southard, 6.0-hour cafeteria position, both at Newburgh Elementary. Amber Bradley, 6.5-hour cafeteria position at Castle North. Martha Beal Risinger Smith, cafeteria at Float. Shauna Brown, program assistant at Castle High. Elena Acree, temporary program assistant at Chandler Elementary. And Keisha Cronin, temporary ABS program assistant at Chandler Elementary.
Motion to approve certified, non-certified staff as presented.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Eigner, seconded by Mr. Mosby. We have any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Agenda item 9.2, leaves. Alexis Krantz, program assistant at Newburgh Elementary. Sarah Durgy, Program Assistant at Elberfeld Elementary. Miranda Towery, Program Assistant at Boonville Middle. Nell Harada, 4.75-hour cafeteria position at Castle High. And Michaela Ayers, Special Education Teacher at Tecumseh High.
So moved.
Second.
Did you make the motion?
I did.
Okay, motion by Mrs. Wilhelm, is seconded by Mr. Baker. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Agenda item 9.3, report of transfers. Lisa Butcher, 5th grade teacher at Newburgh Elementary School to computer science teacher at Castle South Middle School. Tanya Kirsch, 4th grade teacher at Yankeetown Elementary School to 4th grade teacher at Newburgh Elementary School. And Siva Parvathy Ranala, 3.25-hour cafeteria position at Johnny's Castle Elementary School to 4.75-hour cafeteria position at Castle North Middle School. Agenda item 9.4, resignations. Coral Laughlin, program assistant at Castle High, resignation effective May 23rd, 2025. Rhonda Armstrong, program assistant at Castle High, resignation effective May 23rd, 2025. Natalie Ellison, 4.75-hour cafeteria position at Castle North Middle, resignation effective August 22nd, 2025. Kayla Smith, 5.25-hour cafeteria position at Castle North Middle, resignation effective July 30th, 2025. Brooke Farron, ABS program assistant, Yankeetown Elementary, resignation effective August 22nd, 2025. Tara Payne, program assistant at Castle High, resignation effective August 11th, 2025. Sarah Myers, custodian at Boonville Middle, resignation effective August 22nd, 2025. And Karen Collins, bus aide, resignation effective May 22nd, 2025.
Thank you, Dr. Gresham. Next, we have reports by Dr. Redmond. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. We have two reports tonight. Our first will come from Mrs. Wagner and Mr. Fisher.
Thank you, Dr. Redmond and the board. Wanted to let everyone give you an update on our PD Palooza that we held from July 22nd to July 25th at Boonville High School. We had 3 days of sessions, active sessions at Boonville High School for professional development for our educators, for our support staff and administration. And I'm really pleased to report that this year we had over 219 different employees attend one of those sessions on those 3 days. So it was very well turned out. We had some great participation, good feedback on many of the sessions that we provided. We had Logan Miller from the Indiana Department of Education providing information about the through-year assessments, which are the checkpoints that are administered in grades 3 through 8 in ELA and math, one time in the fall, one time in the winter, and then one time in the spring. And that is new this year to the state of Indiana, as it is mandated now that all Indiana schools participate in the checkpoints. Last year was a pilot year for the state of Indiana. Over 70% of schools within the state participated in some form or fashion. And here in Warwick County, we had over 90% participation. But we were very glad that the Department of Ed sent someone down to help educate our admin, our educators, and support staff. Just was really pleased with the turnout. On the Friday of PD Palooza on July 25th, we offered educators an opportunity to work in their home school and to work on some of the techniques and strategies that they had learned during the week. And we were able to pay them a half-day stipend for their work there on Friday, July 25th. So we're looking forward to the next PD Palooza. We're already beginning planning for it. We will not have one in 2026. PD Palooza is on every other year basis. At this time, we have a lot of training going on in the Department of Learning, whether it be with textbooks, with Title I. This week, we have training 4 days this week. Some of the training that we've had is tomorrow. We have E&L training, is English as a new learner in Meeting Room B. That is all-day training. We also have Reveal training. That is the math program that we recently adopted. That is the second opportunity for educators to have training in Reveal. We had that earlier on July 30th, and we had another opportunity on Wednesday. We have music training on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, we have training with IDOE 4565. That is a brand new course called Computing Foundations, and we're providing professional development through Next Tech for educators at the high school and for educators at the middle school. Remember, Castle South, Castle North, Boonville Middle School this year are offering that course for high school credit. This is the first year that we're doing that because this is part of the new diploma. Our current freshmen who are transitioning to the new diploma did not have the opportunity to take it last year, so we're still teaching it in the high school. And we'll need to have those courses within our high school for students that move in or for students that may have attended a different corporation and in 8th grade, they didn't have that course offering. Right now, Mrs. Wagner has been working diligently here with me to try to get some pictures up of our Warwick County School Corporation preschool. Today was the first day, and we had, remember we had to move 4 classrooms to Castle South. All the feedback is that it went really well, and I will allow the pictures to speak for themselves.
Well, I may need you to try to sign in really quickly. I apologize, it's not cooperating.
You go
with
ahead.
mine.
I tell you what, I'll keep on talking while Mrs. Wagner signs in. I got plenty of work in the department.
Or we can have Dr.
Yep.
Or Dr. Lambert
Yeah,
can come.
and you all thought I was gonna be short tonight. No, I'll never get to present again.
No.
But we are eagerly awaiting the results this Wednesday, August the 13th, because we have received preliminary reports that the iRead scores will become final at the State Board of Education meeting. So we are going to be providing all of this information to the board at our last board meeting in August, where we will go through all of our testing data throughout the corporation, the iRead data, the iLearn grades 3 through 8. In grades 4 and 6, we also test science. And in grades 5, we have social studies that we also test. And then we'll be going through our SAT school day data that we had at our 3 high schools. I can tell you that the preliminary results are very encouraging. I don't want to get out too far in front of myself, but we are hopeful on Wednesday that we'll receive some good news as it relates to our grade 3 cohort, and those students are now in grade 4. Remember, or I'll try to help remind, that our current 3rd grade students, last year in Warwick County was the first year that all 2nd grade students in Indiana took the iRead assessment, and currently we have 74.4% of our current 3rd grade students who've already met that minimum requirement of reading proficiency in 3rd grade. So that's something we're really proud of. The year before, to give comparison data, we were right around 60%. However, we anticipated that that number would increase because they offered an additional testing window at the conclusion of last school year. While we're getting up these wonderful pictures from our preschool, does anybody have any questions of me about the testing data? Yes, ma'am.
Not the testing data, but back to the new computer.
Foundations course? Yes, ma'am.
Would they have that as an option or an elective in the high school if they would choose to take that? Like if they're a sophomore? Or
Yeah.
junior or senior?
I didn't do a very good job of explaining it, Mrs. Wilhelmus, so this is now required of every student, beginning with the 2029 cohort, which is our current freshman. So at Boonville, Castle South, and Castle North, we're going to get that requirement done, completed in 8th grade. If they want to expand on that foundations course, once they get to high school, we have other course offerings that will expand on this basic knowledge. The reason the state of Indiana mandated this, about 4 or 5 years ago, they mandated that computer science be offered in all high schools, but only 7% of students were signing up for it. So that's why it's been mandated, but so they can build upon that.
But the sophomores, juniors, and seniors, like right now, they did not have that, is that correct?
They did not have it, and it was not a requirement for them to
Right.
graduate.
And what I was asking was, could they choose that as an elective if they would so choose to pick that up now?
Yeah, if they wanted to take it.
If they wanted to take
Yes.
it. I am not certain on that. I would need to get back to the board, because right now what we're trying to do is
Get
be
the
sure
ones that
that we
need
get
it.
our requirements
Sure,
completed.
sure.
Because with the Castle students, we have approximately 450 to 500 that need to meet that requirement. I would say that in the future, I would see no reason with us offering this course and students having completed it in 8th grade, we wouldn't have a huge number to continue to educate, so I would assume that some could pick that up for an elective.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
The PD Palooza, was that just the certified staff? Or was that
No.
also?
No.
That was non-certified staff, so our program assistants
Yeah.
were able to attend, and in fact, we had many program assistants who did attend, whether it be CPI training, we had program assistants, we had training specifically for program assistants. I know Mrs. Wagner's department offered 2 or 3 trainings that was specific for them. And then with the iLearn checkpoints, because in Indiana law now, they've allowed program assistants, if we would want, they can administer the checkpoints. So we had some program assistants even there for that. Now, I want to be clear, they're not allowed to administer like the iRead or any of the summative assessments.
I just think it's fabulous. We have dedicated employees who come in during the summer to take days of their break and come and do these classes and educate and get that professional development. They can come back ready to go the next school year. I just think it's great.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have such a dedicated staff.
We just wanted to share, if you would have asked us 4 weeks ago, or whenever this was, that started, when we walked into the classrooms at Castle South versus what we had today, it was truly amazing. You saw the community, like our outside community, our Team Warwick community, all come together. And so I just wanted to show you these because looking at our classrooms, you would have never have known we had a fire at the Warwick Ed Center. So this is just one of our classrooms ready to go. You can see the furniture's there. They have all their items in there. So that was just one of the classes. Here's another one of the classes. So again, I think for me, I was hoping we had our furniture and our little chairs and our little tables and just some toys, and this was way beyond anything we could have expected there. And then some of our other classrooms.
Wow.
Doesn't look like any middle school classroom I've seen.
And
That's
then here's our
awesome.
last one. So that was all 4 of our classrooms. As you can see, they were ready to go this morning, and we had a great day in preschool today.
Great.
Great,
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Thank you, Mrs. Wagner. Our second report is from Dr. Lambert.
I get to go second, so I can say something about, Mr. Fisher taking forever. That's what the rookies get, so. Reporting for the policy committee. Of course, you saw our work today for the attendance policy update and then the search policy or addition. Again, with the attendance policy, just to reiterate things with that, nothing has changed in our realm of stuff. I know there's been some things on Facebook and whatnot with that. It's basically the same other than that addition of 7th and 12th to 12th grade for anyone that's gonna have, missing unexcused days in that 10-week period. And then the addition of the 4-H people having those days off. Indiana always counts you absent. You're either there or not. So you're absent or not, and then we are the ones that do the excused or not excused. And a lot of those are done with phone calls. Parents make in and say, hey, my kid's sick today, and so that's excused. The only time a parent, we would call them in for a meeting, for myself, would be when they hit 18 days of any type of excused days. That's 10% of the school year, which is a lot of days out. And so the state just says, hey, you have to have that conversation then. It doesn't mean we would talk to the prosecutor or DCS at that time, but we could. If we need to, usually I have the conversation, I will give them a chance, a few more weeks to show they can get their child to school. If they do that, then I usually do not take it on to the prosecutor as well. So just to, if you hear that, don't hesitate to have people. I'll be more than happy to talk to people about it. Since I'm the one that does the attendance hearings, I'd be more than happy to, the principals know about it too. So if you have constituents say and ask questions, please, let's get all those false things out of the way and get going forward with that. So we're also going to be working on updating older policies. You did talk about teacher evaluations and such. Those are some of our older ones we do need to update. The last one was 2013 when we had the new law change to move to the evaluation model we're in. So that's on our list to go through as well. And most of those policies are just very generalized, very vague. It's the regulations that will change more so when we do an evaluation change. Like Dr. Gresham is talking about, is those are the things in the regulation that we can change easily day in and day out. So those will be on there, as well as a few others as we go through those things. The tag policy, we do have to do that every year, but we have not gotten any guidance from the state on that whatsoever, if we are going to do it and whatnot. So once we get that information and everybody makes the plan, we'll get that to you as soon as possible going forward. So any questions for us for policy?
On average, how many attendance issues did you have last year?
You know what I'll do is, so I don't just give you a number and just make something up, I will get numbers and I'll make that as my next report
Okay.
to talk about that, because I think that would be a good view and look into what our attendance policy does and deals with and the types of numbers. When the grand scheme of thing with over, 9,500 kids in the district, we don't have a lot, but we have those frequent flyers that have year in and year out do it. So I'll bring numbers, I'll make that my next report, and then that way you can kind of see where we do and how many, and I'll look back at how many meetings I had last year. Sometimes people don't show up to those meetings, so even though I send a letter out and say you need to, but I'll count those up and just give you an idea of how much that involves. So that way I could make up a number today and probably be wrong.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Dr. Lambert?
Yes.
I think it was the other policy we did the reading on, it was a search thing, just for parents listening or whatever. Your students there and their car's gonna be searched. Could you just touch on parent notification on something like that?
yeah, I mean, anything like that, with, especially a private vehicle, we would be doing something like that, we'd be calling them. But again, it's, this is a required policy by the state of Indiana that we have in place, and we just didn't have or that, it wasn't just there. So, same with the lockers and whatnot. Now, lockers, we don't call parents ahead of time, because that's something that's in the building and physically right there. But if it's something like that, we have not made it a practice to really go out to cars and vehicles and make searches of vehicles on school grounds. It's just, I can't even recall the last time we've done that, or we've had to do that.
But in that essence of safety and things like that,
Yes.
it exists.
Yes.
We have the ability.
Yes.
And then if that's the case, notification would happen.
Yeah.
Proper notification.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and it's usually gonna be something that we're already looking at the person or talking to the person, like you said, a safety issue.
Right.
Something very concerning, or there's something we see out in the open.
Yeah.
But again, our principals don't walk through the parking lots, they don't have time for that.
Yeah.
They'll use the cameras when they need to, but they're not walking through looking for things.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, thank you.
yep.
Is
Anything
the
else?
Policy, language, you said policies are required by the state. The
Yes.
language itself is our language?
Yes, but it's also derived from like the Indiana School Board Association. They give you a generalized, hey, here's what we're gonna do, but then Cliff takes it from the legal standpoint and then says, here's how we should use that and utilize that and then push it forward through that. So that's where that comes from. So, anything else? All right, thank you all.
Thank you, Dr.
I
Lambert.
was quicker, a lot quicker than Jason and Tish back there.
Wait till next month, he has a whole presentation. Thank you, Dr. Lambert.
Any other board business?
We have a student learning and growth meeting on Tuesday, August 26th at 11 o'clock at the admin office. And then we have a policy meeting August 25th at 5:45 here in this building prior to our next school board meeting.
And we have a construction meeting scheduled for tomorrow morning, 7:30 at the administration building, and then personnel committee meeting. Scheduled for September the 8th at 6:15. That would be September the 8th at 6:15, right here in this building.
Do we wanna,
That's all I got.
do we wanna do the next meeting since we missed today? Do you wanna hit one for August still yet this month?
Dr. Gresham said it wasn't necessary.
Okay.
Correct? Well, if you guys want to meet before the next meeting,
Okay.
we're okay.
There's nothing time sensitive, Dr. Gresham?
He
No.
had nothing, he had nothing of it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm done.
Okay, and then our next board meeting will be August 25th, 7 PM here at Central Services. And if there's no other business, meeting adjourned.